All right, let's rock out some music history. Oh, crew up ready! Welcome to Music History with Joey, the podcast where we dig deep through the vinyl crates of time so you don't have to. I'm your host, Joey, and today we're talking about a song that sounds like a secret agent having a midlife crisis in a discotheque. Deep Purple's 1968 classic, Hush. Wait, who? First off, let's address the elephant in the room. When most people think of Deep Purple, they think of Smoke on the Water, the song that has been played poorly by every 14-year-old in a guitar center since 1972. But before they were the heaviest band in the world, Deep Purple was a bunch of guys in ruffled shirts trying to figure out if they were a prog rock band, a pop band, or just a group of very talented men who shared a communal love for Hairspray. In 1968, they released Hush, and it was their first big hit, but here's the kicker, they didn't even write it. Hush was actually written by an American country soul singer named Joe South. Joe originally wrote it for a guy named Billy Joe Royal. And let me tell you, the original version sounds like it should be playing in the background of a scene where a cowboy is sadly eating a can of beans. Deep Purple heard it and said, "This is great, but what if we made it sound like the Hammond organ was trying to eat the rest of the band?" Jon Lord, the keyboardist, took that riff and turned it into a swirling vortex of 60s coolness. If you listen to the intro, it's got that iconic na-na-na-na hook. Fun fact, those na-na-na-nas, those were actually a placeholder because they couldn't think of better lyrics, but they realized it sounded catchy as hell. The universal language of, I forgot the words, but I'm still vibing. Okay, let's get into the lore and the Wolfman of this song. The lyrics are about a guy who is basically telling everyone to shut up because he thinks he hears his girlfriend calling his name. Now, back in 1968, this was considered romantic. Today, if you're at a party and a guy starts shushing everyone because he hears a voice, you don't think he's in love. You think he's forgotten to take his meds or he's about to pitch you a multi-level marketing scheme for essential oils. And we have to talk about the howl. In the middle of this song, lead singer Rod Evans lets out this wolf-like howl. Rod Evans was the original singer before Ian Gillan joined and started screaming like a banshee. Rod had more of a crooner who accidentally joined a biker gang vibe. That howl in the Hush became legendary. I'm sorry, that's the sound you make when you stub your toe, but you're trying to stay cool in front of your girlfriend. Here's the weirdest part of this history. Hush was a massive hit in the United States, reaching number 4 on the Billboard charts. But back home in the UK, it was a total flop. It didn't even chart. Deep Purple would fly to America, play to thousands of screaming fans, feel like they're literal gods, and then fly back to London where the guy at the fish and chip shops would say, "Sorry, who are you again? Is that a keyboard or a laundry basket you're carrying?" It took them years to get the same respect in England that they got in the States. They were basically the musical version of that one cousin who goes to study abroad and comes back with an accent and a leather jacket. Everyone at home is just annoyed, but the people abroad think they're fascinating. Here's the legacy of Hush. It remains a staple of classic rock radio, has been covered by everyone from Kula Shaker to your uncle's weekend garage band. It's a song that proves that you don't need complex philosophy to make a hit. You just need a killer organ riff, some na-na-nas, and the confidence to tell the entire world to hush. So the next time you hear those drums kick in, give a little howl to Rod Evans, tip your cap to Joe South, and remember, if you can't find the words, just na-na-na your way through life, man. I'm Joey, and this has been Music History with Joey. Now, hush, keep it sexy, and keep it rocking. Peace.